It is May 2nd. We are en route to Lake Cumberland. This is the Sunday before the weekend before BFL Mountain Division stop number 3, Lake Cumberland. We'll try to go over here the week before. Might be what they're on, it might not be, but since the lake's pretty close to home, I'm gonna go over and practice a little bit. Yesterday, 2-day event, college bass masters. The guy, not the team, the guy that won it, I think won with 30 something pounds. I think it's 32 something. That's pretty dang good fishing by yourself. But when these tournaments, you can't always fish with somebody. I love fishing team trails and team tournaments, but sometimes you gotta roll out alone. We're gonna go over here, practice today. We'll stop and get some gas in the truck and the boat. I'll stop over here at a bait store too, just to pick up a couple things I ain't got that I know might work. Might work, might not. Today's just practice day 1. Next week I'm off work. I'm gonna try to practice Thursday and Friday. Then see what we can do Saturday. I don't know if it's going to be a largemouth deal or a smallmouth deal. I just know that if I can have a good mixed bag of fish, I think I'll be okay. We'll know more next Thursday and Friday. My game plan is to figure out smallmouth today. That's all I want to do. Try to figure out smallmouth. Then next week, if I can figure out a quick largemouth bite, I can run the smallmouth in the morning. If that don't pan out, run for largemouth. But next week practice, if the smallmouth ain't wanting a bite, then hopefully I can run a quick largemouth bite. Just run that all day long as fast as I can. I don't care to fish slow, but in those first 5 hours, if you're not catching fish pretty quickly, fishing slow, then your mind starts churning. Hey, am I doing the right thing? Do I need to go do something else? Do I need to make a long run? So what I'm going to do is target smallmouth today. Next Thursday, target smallmouth and see if I can get on something quicker. If neither one of those pan out, strictly largemouth fish Saturday. If I can get on a quick largemouth bite, that'll help me run smallmouth all morning and all midday and end the day on largemouth to fill a limit if the smallmouth bite don't pan out. We're in tow to Lake Cumberland. We'll head over here and see what we can get on. We'll start the vlog with this practice video. Have maybe 2 more practice videos next week. And then tournament morning. We'll see what we can get on today. Stick with us.
So they say she'll take a rich man and make him a slave. Born on the bayou, raised by the sand. She's my Medusa, I'm somewhere I stand. I'm somewhere I stand. Shaking my cage, a black dog howling. She likes it, rolling in the moonlight, got the wolf prowling. She charms her slaves, she's hypnotizing. She got me running from the daylight, bad moon rising. Shaking my cage. Maybe she's evil, but I'm not afraid. I talk to the devil, it's my chance to take. She's my kind of magic, a warm smoking gun. I found my Medusa, she burned out the sun. She burned out the sun. Shaking my cage, a black dog howling. She likes it, rolling in the moonlight, got the wolf prowling. She charms her slaves, she's hypnotizing. She got me running from the daylight, bad moon rising. I found my Medusa, she burned out the sun. Shaking my cage, a black dog howling. She likes it, rolling in the moonlight, got the wolf prowling. She charms her slaves, she's hypnotizing. She got me running from the daylight, bad moon rising. Shaking my
Alright guys, it's the end of day 1 practice, or first practice, first practice day on Lake Cumberland. We caught a couple good ones and found out they was really, really shallow. Fish are staging up Some of them are staging up for bed. All the spots that I caught today were in laydowns. You could throw I was throwing a Ned rig. Don't want to throw a Ned rig in the tournament, but the way they were biting it, I will throw that thing. Every laydown that I flipped the Ned rig into, spots was killing it. You couldn't even pick it up one time. As soon as you flipped it over there, it was on. Just boom. As soon as it flipped over there. And every little crevice in between the laydowns and the back of the pockets, they were smallmouth. Some of them really good ones. I lost a giant. I lost my personal best Lake Cumberland smallmouth on a Ned rig. It was an absolute freak. They couldn't jump out of the water. It was trying to jump, and it was just tail walking beside the boat. And I tried to grab the net, and it just pulled off. And I was ready to hang it up right then. Kept fishing, found some more stuff. I fished one pocket, probably caught 20 fish today. Just one pocket. I fished the whole creek, started at the beginning, went in every little arm, stayed on the trolling motor, burnt 0 gas on the big motor. Went, put in Fall Creek, went down the lake just a little bit, hung a left, started fishing. Started fishing on the outside of the creek. Every little arm, stayed on the trolling motor the whole time. Caught one on a spinnerbait that was a short smallmouth, a bunch on the Ned rig, and then towards the end of the day, I said I'm gonna pick up a floating worm and fish it in the back of these pockets, and started throwing a floating worm. And the largemouth are on the bed in the back of the pockets. It's weird, they're bedding at the bottom of trees that are a foot in the water. So big trees in a foot of water off the bank, and throwing that floating worm behind the tree, and by the time it gets to the front of the tree coming back towards the boat, they're swinging around and hitting it. If they miss it, they're going back and like nosing. It's weird. The bed is in between the bank and the tree, but the fish are sitting on the tree facing the bed. If you've ever fished Lake Cumberland for bed fish, you know what I'm talking about. But it's odd how they bed over here. I guess because everything's on this end of the lake is rock walls. So the way they bed is just not like Laurel or somewhere that they bed just like Dale Hollow. That Lake Cumberland largemouth bed on those rock walls like they do at Dale Hollow. In the last BFL, how I was throwing a floating worm when they was on the bed over there. They're not hitting the floating worm as good as they are at Lake or at Laurel. At home, you can throw that floating worm beside any tree you want to, and catch a largemouth. The largemouth, they're not biting it that good, but if you on Lake Cumberland, if you throw the floating worm on a laydown or a big tree or a bunch of limbs or something, you'll catch fish. Most of them are spots, but they're not largemouth. I caught 3 largemouth today, 1 keeper smallmouth, a bunch of short smallmouth, and golly, I lost count on spots. Just, I had close to 20 fish today, and most of them were spots. And I left two or three for sure largemouth on the bed. I didn't fool with them. I just going down the bank, seen them. They come after the floating worm, didn't eat it, turned around, went back to the bed, just sat there. I just, instead of wasting time on that, I went on down the bank, went to the next pocket, started fishing. More places, but seeing what was going on today, pretty happy with the way first practice was. It's the weekend before the tournament. Next weekend is the tournament, so hopefully this week's warm and it pushes those fish up. Maybe they'll bite that float worm just a little bit better than they did. But all in all, it's a pretty good day. I would have never thought I would have caught it. In my head, I was thinking, hey, I need to go over here and throw something to catch smallmouth, and smallmouth only, and see if I can get a smallmouth bite, because later on in the day, a late boat draw, later on in the day, hopefully the water warms up and I can throw that float worm the rest of the day, just run in the back of pockets. What got me was the fish are not together. I'm gonna have to look for areas that I don't have to get so many bites in between. I need to figure out an area where I can catch a fish every 20 yards or something, every 15 to 20 yards on that float worm. That'd be awesome, because those fish was maybe 75 to 100 yards apart, and that's not bad. But I mean, right now it's 5 o'clock. I got down here at 9, so you do the math on that. I want to be get on a bite. Get on a bite that's really, really consistent. I can put a lot of fish in the boat in a short amount of time and do that all day long, and hopefully get in an area where I can do that and help my co-angler out. But the way I'm fishing, I'm gonna be right on the bank. You fish as a co-angler, you got to play your hope your cards fall where you want them to, because when you draw a boater that's on something like I am, I'm not going to be very far off the bank. You just have to throw up beside me. If you can't cast good beside me, it's going to be a lot of broke lines and broke hearts at the end of the day, because I got to go after 5. I'm not sitting the best in points, so I need to weigh in 5 good ones. That way I can be sitting a little bit better in points. 1 keeper smallmouth, 2 to 3 keeper largemouth. I could have caught those ones on the bed if I'd have fooled with them. I could have weighed in 4 largemouth and 1 brownie. If that one smallmouth, if I would have got it in the boat, I mean, it was pushing. It had to be 5-ish or more, because that thing was thick, and when I caught it and it tried to jump, it was black. That thing was huge, and I don't know, I just glad it wasn't a tournament. I cannot believe I'm going over the bridge. I cannot believe how clear Burnside end is. I might need to practice up this way, because I practiced towards Jamestown, and the water was actually kind of dingy. I might practice up this way to see if I can run in one of these creeks and get on them a little bit better on the float worm. But we got the bullet in tow. We're gonna head home, get some grub, go to bed. I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week. I'm gonna come over here and practice Thursday and Friday, get on a little bit better bite. Thursday I might practice Burnside in, because man, I went over it twice today. Once coming over and putting in, and then just went over it now going home, and it is green. Can't believe that. But gotta check the forecast this week, make sure it don't come a tornado, which I'd say it will. Every time I fish a tournament, it seems like it wants to rain. But it is what it is. We'll see if we can get on something next week and finish this vlog out Thursday and Friday, and get tournament ready for Saturday. I'm excited. Ain't nothing like fishing at home, and this is where I'm from, so I call this my home pond, but Laurel's my home lake. But this is where I'm from. I love it over here. Stay tuned. See what we can do. Practice day number 2. What's going on, guys? Day 2 BFL Mountain Division. Bullet in tow to Lake Cumberland. We'll go over here, see if we can get on another bite. Last Sunday we kind of got on something, kind of figured out where the fish was. It is Thursday, 2 days before the tournament. We're gonna go over here, see if we can slam them. Got my boy Cody Perkins. He's gonna show me how to catch some fish today. Local pro.
Wow.
That way I can just feed off how he catches them. I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna steal his bait. Stopped at the bait store, got some grub. We're gonna put in mid-lake and go west. We're headed west. And we're gonna see if these fish are still midways back. The guy at the bait store said they were slamming them last week. I was down there last week. We caught them. Let's see if we can catch them this week. If we can get on them this week, me and old Perk will have a sack. We hope. 1 day tournament. We ain't gotta, me, I don't really care about sore mouthing them because we're just trying to figure out how to catch them. Figure out the bait. When they're biting everything, that's kind of hard to do, kind of pattern big fish. What did that guy say? That he said a guy caught 5-pounders.
Bubblegum floating worm.
Bubblegum floating worm. I'm gonna throw a bubblegum spook. See if we can get on. But stay tuned. Hopefully we'll have a couple fish catches today. No GoPro action yet, but see if we can catch them. Lake Cumberland practice day number 2.
I've been on a long road with the devil right beside me, rising with the morning sun. It's the hunger that drives me. Oh Lord, set my soul, take my pain and turn it into gold. 'Cause all I know is champion. I can take a beating, I'll rise again. Running through the jungle until the end. I can live forever, I'll rise again. Keep rising up, I'm champion. I can take a beating, I'll rise again. Running through the jungle.
Day number 2, BFL recap practice. Found a couple. Caught some good ones, broke off some good ones, pulled the bait out of some good ones' mouth. How do you think we done today, Bert?
Brown's on them. Hopefully the rest of those boys got them if they did.
That's not it. That's not good.
It's trouble.
No, we caught a 21-inch brownie. And we pulled away from some good largemouth and caught some monster spots. But we kind of figured out a little thing. Mid-lake, smaller pockets are holding fish better than long, bigger creeks. The creeks, the fish are scattered. The smaller pockets, they're stacked, I guess, where they ain't got nowhere to go. So the fish that are there that are trying to go shallow are together, and the ones in the big creeks are 25 to 35, sometimes 40 yards apart, and that's not gonna work when you're trying to fish fast in a tournament. At the end of the day, before we put the boat on the trailer. We went to 2 pockets and pulled the bait away from probably 20 fish in, I'd say, what, 15, 20 minutes? 2 limits in 20 minutes. Pulled the bait out of her mouth. And it was quick. So tomorrow, putting in at beaver and seeing if I can find more fish in small pockets. Them 3 places we found this evening are close to blast off, so that'd be a good plan to run there, catch those fish, throw them in the live well. If I find something up by beaver, run to beaver, and or run to that end of the lake and fish that way. Got on a flipping bite. I'm not much of a flipping guy. Kind of don't want to do that all day, but when you're flipping and you hook a 21-inch smallmouth, 5 of those, 24-pound smallmouth, 20 pounds, that'll probably do it. 20 pounds will probably win it. And if somebody brings in more than 20 pounds, you just are on them. It'll be rough for me to get 20 pounds. Might be able to get close to 16 or 17, but I don't know about 20. Who knows? It's gonna warm up this evening, maybe be warm tomorrow. I think it's gonna storm Saturday, so if it does that, might be flipping. But I kind of got them figured out on the flipping deal. Got the bait. So we'll see how that pans out tomorrow. We're on our way home. Got to put the boat in the garage, get her plugged up, and then we're going to softball practice. Waking up, doing it again tomorrow. We'll see you guys in the morning of day 3 BFL practice on Lake Cumberland.
I know nobody knows where it comes and where it goes. I know it's everybody's sin. You got to lose to know how to win.
What's going on, guys? We're gonna do our day 3 practice intro to Lake Cumberland on the water. I kind of forgot to do it on the way to the lake. I was excited to get out here, and actually I didn't remember until we got 3 fish in the boat. Got lucky enough to come out here, and I already have 3. I don't know if it's gonna be a good morning, or we've kind of figured out the right bait, or there's a school or something underneath the boat. But hopefully we're lucky enough to catch a couple fish today. We've done got 3 spots and a largemouth, and been here probably 30 minutes. Flipping around a jig, just having fun today, trying to stay off a couple spots and find a couple more spots. All the fish that we're catching has been flipping this morning. Just flipping a little creature bait in the back of these pockets and flipping around trees, and man, they're thumping it. There was one I flipped over there and had a bite. Didn't set the hook. Flipped over there again, it bit it again. I was like, wow. And then, you know, us fishermen, we just want to see what they are. So flipped over a 3rd time, set the hook, and it was a pretty good largemouth. Now I'm jigging out to the main lake, and as soon as I get out to the main lake, I'm gonna run across the lake to this other pocket and flip this creature bait in the back of it, just to see if I can See if I can get on to something and stay on it for tournament day tomorrow. Slowing down and slow fishing today. See if I can get better size and better quality. I'm pretty happy about already having a limit. That's nice. Because faster I get a limit, I can run around and try to catch bigger fish. I don't know, it might, but I don't think the whole smallmouth deal is going to pan out for me. It probably will for everybody else, but I'm going to run around and try to put a limit of big largemouth in the boat, and hope if there's hope if there's spots in it. Hopefully, if they're big ones, and just gonna try to put a good limit together. Got a lot of stuff going against me right now. Motor trouble and everything else. I'm gonna have to do a tune-up on the old Merc already, which I should have already done. It's my fault. I should have already should have had new plugs and everything already changed over, and I didn't, so that's my fault. But we're gonna go out here and cross over to the other side of the lake and check the back of it and flip around and see if we can get on a flipping bite over there. I was hoping to pick up a little brownie or something, throwing this jig out on this rock wall, but they're definitely towards the back in the junk. The more junk you flip that jig into, or that creature bait, the better off you are. And man, you don't even get to pick it up. It's kind of a you throw over there and your line's swimming off, or you pick up 2 times. That second time picking up, you better hold on because it's on there. But we're gonna cross across the lake, and hopefully we catch some more fish, get some more pictures going on for our vlog. But wasn't no intro this morning, so I had to do the intro on the lake. This is day 3, Lake Cumberland practice. We'll see you later.
Me and Mary Jane got a thing going on, creeping up slow, hanging around my back door, my back door. Smoke like a freight train, yeah, we're wilder than some Mustangs. Got the top down and skinnered up. We're laid back, but we're on the up. Ain't nothing like a Friday night, and that smell that gets you feeling right. I've waited all week for this, the head party I don't wanna miss. Something in the air and it's taking control. Can you feel it? Can you feel it, baby? Come on, let it go. Me and Mary Jane got a thing going on, creeping up slow, hanging around my back door, my back door. If we get caught, everyone will see us storm, Me and Mary Jane got a thing going on.
You wanna go fishing?
Yeah. I do fishing. Fishing.
You gonna put them fish in the live well and weigh them in?
Yeah. I do fishing. Fishing.
Show me how to drive that boat. Show me how to drive this boat.
Okay.
Alright, good morning guys. We are waiting in line at Conley Bottom. It's 6:14 and we blast out in 15 minutes. Didn't do an outro yesterday. Caught them pretty good actually, to me. I feel like I caught them real good. I probably had 15 to 16 pounds. Probably pulled the same or a little more away. Pulled the bait away from some big fish. And my flipping, the way I was flipping, I cut the barb off a bit too, and man, I'd pull up and they was knocking it so hard, and I was just like, wow. The flipping bite, guys that can flip all day long, today will have a good bag. It's hard for me to do that because I'm not really used to doing that. Because at Laurel, I mean, guys that flip Laurel is just a different breed or something, but you flip Laurel, you're flipping 40 foot of water a foot off the bank. It's just not gonna happen like it is over here. There's trash piles, trash mats in the back of these pockets, and you can kind of flip those, and the water's so high you can flip behind trees because the fish are bedding behind these trees, and you can't see them, but they're definitely there. And yesterday I went up in the creek and there was 2 on the bed, visually shallow enough where I could see them on the bed, and both of them was 4 plus, and they're right across from each other. So what's getting me is I've been flipping early in the morning, and I had a co-angler Thursday. Cody, my buddy Cody, was throwing a floating worm behind me and catching them, and I was catching them flipping in front of him. If we'd have been fishing a team tournament, we'd have been doing really well. And yesterday, me and my buddy Chris was down here practicing. He brought his boat and I was fishing out of mine. He fishes this BFL too, and told him, I said, man, they're biting, flipping. I said, we're just gonna have to do it. And both of us wasn't down here 30 minutes, and both of us had 3 or 4 keepers apiece, and he broke one off that was 5 plus, he said. So the flipping bite's good. It's hard for me to do it consistently because I guess in the back of my mind I'm just scared to death it's not going to pan out. But this will be the 3rd, 4th day in a row that it might be a flipping deal, so I might try that today early, and then late, if I don't have a good bag or a big limit, late when the water gets warmed up, which I'm praying it does, I've got a pocket that's got them 2 bedfish, but it's also got a bunch of 3-pounders in it. So, man, it could happen today. It really could. I'm not gonna get my hopes up, but fishing this way is how I love to fish. And I tried it at Dale Hollow and they were biting it, but the rain and stuff messed that up for me. I just hope I can stay on what I found and get them to bite. A lot of people are saying, hey, don't sore mouth them, don't sore mouth them. Dude, the ones I caught wouldn't even help me at weighing. I mean, one little fish might help, but man, the fish that I pulled that worm away from, we got a potential of having 18 to 20 pounds, I promise. And I don't big eye fish. I don't call them bigger than I see them. So we're gonna go after them today. Pray that we have 5, good enough for some points. We just got to weigh in 5 fish, and if I get 5 fish in the boat, we might go hog hunting later. But this morning I'm gonna run around, I'm gonna flip some stuff, pray for the best, get done flipping, we're gonna go hog hunting when it warms up. And the boat's full of gas. We got the bullet, we run a bullet just in case we got to run around. And I told my co-angler, I said, you better buckle up, man, because running in a pocket, fishing, running to the next one. Running in a pocket, going to the next one. So it's going to be bang, bang, bang. I don't want to spend more than 20 minutes in one spot. 20 minutes is a long time. But no wind today. It's going to be fun this morning. Stay tuned. We'll see you after weigh-in, hopefully with 5 big ones. Hopefully lucky enough to cut a check. Windows up here and do a little recap video. Not the video I want to make after a tough day of fishing. It is what it is once again. So this is how it went down. Got down there late, not because of me, not because of the co-angler. But everybody was trying to put in at the same time. So everybody blasting out boat 133 through 140, whatever. We kind of blasted out together. Dropped the boat in. They said 140 something. I said, hey, you done called our number. We gone. Took off down the lake, a little old trike. It is what it is. Little old trike. Couldn't drive around all the debris in the lake. Couldn't maneuver the old Triton down the lake. So here's old Brown running 40 mile an hour just on plane. I looked at my co-angler, I said, hold on. When I say hold on, that means something's getting ready to happen. It's either going to be good or bad. To the co-angler, it was good. He buckled up and was ready for the ride. Old Brown wasn't buckled up, wasn't ready for the ride that the old foot was getting ready to cause. I jumped the Triton's weight, come back down, stomped it. When I stomped it, she said, woo, 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 woo. When she said that, my hat, I guess you can see old baldness now. My hat said, whew, hit me right in the face. And it come out from under that windshield and hit me in the face. I couldn't see nothing. Well, how many of you guys have drove a boat? That's one thing. But to drive a bullet with your eyes closed, running pretty good amount of speed, she gets a little wobbly. So I let out of it, trimmed down, tried to grab my hat. She was gone. So Aaron, brother, if you're watching this, I'm gonna need another hat. Run up to Fishing Creek, run to the back of Fishing Creek, had some fish on the bed. Threw over there, boom, largemouth. Down the bank, boom, another largemouth. Down the bank, boom, spot. I said, man, it's gonna be one of them days. Buckle up. We've got this many fish in the first hour. Rest of the day, gonna be fine. Shit, was I wrong after that. When coming out of the pocket, some of them fish I caught was taking me around some stuff, and I made the mistake of not cutting and retying. So I threw that worm up against the bottom of them trees, popped it about 3 times. All I seen was mouth. Looked like a daggone softball come out of the water, and grabbed that worm. I said, oh my gosh. It went down, worm gone, disappeared. I set the hook. When I set the hook, all it was pop. Broke. I retie, I look over. Co-angler said, up. About that time, he come up, threw my worm back at me, and he said, yeah, it was every bit of 4 pounds, man. Yeah, it was. There's fish, number 1 gone. You gotta think I weighed in 3 largemouth for 9 pounds, and I had 2 12-inch spots. Okay? The spots were just to help me fill a limit. Neither one of them son of a guns weighed a pound to anything, so they didn't help at all. Together, I don't even think they were a pound. So, just say I had 9 pounds, 9 and 1 largemouth that weighed 4 pounds. You do the math. It gets better. Coming out of that pocket, every fish I caught, I knew where it was, because I found them in practice and pulled the worm out of their mouth where they wouldn't eat. So, went up there, threw that worm up there, fish comes up, sucks it in. I set the hook, nothing. Reeled up, daggone hook didn't even penetrate the fish. But, whatever. So we're sitting with 5, 3 largemouth, and at this time I think I had 2 largemouth and 3 spots. I culled once today. So, 3 largemouth in the boat. We go to the back of this other pocket, I got fish marked, and they was coming out on that worm 100 miles an hour, sucking it in and spitting it right back out. So pretty much the rest of the day I got to stay aggravated. I caught a couple fish. A couple fish flipping, but their spots, they didn't help. Went back to the worm and threw it the rest of the day. Just couldn't get them to commit to it all the way. They'd follow it to the boat, or come out knocking it. The time I got to see what it was or set the hook, spit the worm out. We're coming away with some valuable points. I know the first Dale Hollow I really hurt myself. Second Dale Hollow, that didn't help much either. And now Lake Cumberland, but we're slowly, slowly going down in the rankings. So I think we were 93 before this tournament, and now we are 65th in points. That's still not the best in the world, but it's slowly going down. And there was a lot of boats that fell off. I'm not saying, hell, Thor, I'm killing it, I'm getting better. No, that plays a variable too. These guys ain't fishing this tournament. So we've got Cherokee next. We did another. All right, Cumberland. Oh man, I'm so tired. So what we're gonna do is get this motor looked at first. I don't know what the heck's going on with it, but it's acting stupid and not having as much power as it did and only running 70 mile an hour. So we're gonna get the diagnostic test done on the motor sometime next week. See what I need to do, see if I need to get new plugs, new coil pack. I don't know, spending that much money on a motor and now getting ready to have to bust out another $1,000 on freaking figuring out what's going on ain't got me very happy. It is what it is, it always is. Hey, if my life was easy, I wouldn't have to do some of the stuff I did every day. We're gonna head on to the house. I'm following Mitchell back home. Gonna put this one behind us. Be lucky we had 5, and lucky that we weighed in what we did for some valuable points. See if we can do some kind of video talking about baits in the next couple of days. I know I got a pretty good gap before Cherokee, so we'll do a video recap a couple weeks about what baits I threw, see if we can get it done. But this is it, Lake Cumberland, BFL. We got it halfway done. We just need to get it. Catch 5 more in the next one. 5 more on Cumberland after that one. Spencer Brown Fishing, thanks for hanging out with me. The vlog. If you guys want to see any kind of sweet videos that you guys can come up with, because I can't, we'll see what we can do. We'll holler at you. Thank you for hanging out.